Okay, so in this video we're going to go through factorizing and simultaneous equations. Okay, so we'll start off with factorizing, and what I'll do is I'll just go through the different sections of factorizing. I'll go through one question and then I'll leave a few questions there for you to try yourself then. Okay, so the first one is the most easiest one, so it's just factorizing with common factors. So we'll say I gave you 4x and 12x. If we want to factorize those out, what we can take out of both, so the highest thing that we can take out of both of these would be 4x. And 4x times 1 gives us 4x. 4x times 3 gives us 12x. Okay, so now I factorize that out into 4x and 1 plus 3. So then if we look at the other type of one, so we'll say 6x plus 18y. If you try that one yourself and then unpause it and I'll show you the answer. Okay, so for this one, hopefully what you took out would be 6. So 6 times x, that will give you the first bracket, plus 3y, because 6 times 3y will give you 18y. Okay, and then that's just your answer. So your answer is just going to be 6 times x plus 3y. Okay, so the only other way that they can get asked that might be slightly difficult would be if it was like 7x squared minus 28x. So when you have a squared and an x, you can only take out one of the x's. So we'll say I take out 7x here. Well, 7x multiplied by what will give me 7x squared. So I need to have another x here. Whereas this one only has x, so 7x multiplied by what gives us minus 28x. So it's just going to be minus 4. So then that's our answer for that one. Okay, so then the next thing is factorizing by grouping. And the way that works is if we have, for example, 2ab plus 2ac plus 3bx plus 3cx, we have to take out factors that are common to at least 2 of the setups here. Okay, so we have 4 different terms. We have to take out stuff that's common to at least 2. So we'll say if we take these 2 as a group, well, we know we can take out 2a because that's in both of them, and then we're left with b plus c. And then if we take this much as a group, we know we can take out 3 and x because that's in both. So we take out 3x, and then we are left with b plus c again. And for factorizing by grouping, these two brackets always have to end up equaling each other. So once that happens, you know you're right. And then your answer is you just make a bracket, 2a plus 3x, and then you put your other bracket, so b plus c. That's your whole answer for those ones. Okay, so I'll give you one of those to try now, and I'll leave you try it yourself, and then you can unpause it to get the answer. Okay, so we'll say I gave you AB plus AC minus 5B minus 5C. Okay, so I'll leave you pause that one there and try and get the answer yourself. Okay, so the way that we do this one is we're grouping them here again. So if we take out A times what gives us AB, and then it's going to be B, and then A times what gives us AC, then it's going to be C. And then for the second group, we're going to take out minus 5. Minus 5 times what gives us minus 5B, it's going to be B. And then for the second one, it's going to be plus C, because minus 5 times C gives us minus 5C. So then you want to group them together. So we have A minus 5 and B minus C. Their answer is there. So there are your two factors for those ones. Okay, so the next one that you can have is difference of two squares. Okay, and this is probably the easiest one that you can do. Okay, there's a very simple formula to it. I'll show you the formula to start off. It's just x plus y, x minus y. Okay, that's your formula for it. And I'll explain what that means now. So we'll say, I'll use the formula even. So we'll say I gave you a question and it was x squared minus y squared. If I said to factorize that, what you do is you get the square root of x squared. That's just going to be x. You get the square root of y squared. That's just going to be y. And then you fill into your formula x plus y, x minus y. That's your answer. So I'll show it to you by using a different set of numbers now. So we'll say I had 4x squared minus 9y squared. So what I have to do is I have to get the square root of 4x squared. So that's going to be 2x. And the square root of 9y squared, and that's going to be 3y. Okay, so you don't really worry about the minus in the middle. You just, whenever you see the minus in the middle and a square on each side, that means it's difference of two squares. So then you can fill in 2x plus 3y times 2x minus 3y. And that's your whole answer then again for that one. Okay, so I'll give you one of those to try yourself. So if I say 36x squared minus 49b squared. Okay, so I'll leave you try that one yourself. You can pause the video here and try it, and then I'll show you the answer. Okay, so for this one, the way that you answer it is, hopefully you got the square root of 36x squared, 6x, square root of 49b squared, 7b, and then you did 6x plus 7b times 6x minus 7b. Okay, so then that's your answer. And if you're ever unsure if you have the right answer, you can multiply out the two brackets and it should bring you back to this. Okay, so I might just show you that very quickly. This just shows you if your answer is right or not. So 6x times 6x is 36x squared. 6x times 7b is minus 42xb. 7 times 6, so 7b times 6x is plus 42xb, and plus 7b times minus 7b is minus 49b squared. So minus 42xb plus 42xb, they cancel, and then you're just left with 36x squared minus 49b squared. So then we know we're right. Okay, so I'll give you one more of these. So let's say if I get you to do 36 minus 121 y squared. Okay, so don't worry too much that there's not a letter in the first part. Try it out, treat it exactly the same way, get the square root, and see what answer you get. Okay. Alright, so the answer for this one, you're going to get the square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 121y squared is 11y. And your answer is going to be 6x plus 11y and 6x minus 11y. And that's your answer. Okay, so the last bit of this chapter is factorizing quadratics. I'll go through it quickly, but it's kind of a different part. You won't normally get it in your regular factorizing question, but we'll just go through it anyway. I'll just go through one question, one example question. It's probably the best thing to do. Okay, so we'll say I gave you a question that was x squared plus 7x plus 10. What we want to do is we want to multiply two numbers together to get that, and we want to add or subtract two numbers to get the 7x. So what you do is you write out your factors for 10. So they're going to be 10 times 1 and 5 times 2. And then you look at those and you see, is there any way that I can add and subtract these numbers to get 7, or add and subtract these numbers to get 7? So obviously 10 plus 1 you're going to get 11, 10 minus 1 you're going to get 9, minus 10 plus 1 you're going to get minus 9, minus 10 minus 1 you're going to get minus 11. So that one's off the table. This one then, if we do 5 plus 2, that's going to give us 7, so we'll take those as our factors. So what you do then is you make two brackets, you put x into both because we have x squared, so x times x will give us x squared. Then you're going to put 5 into the first one, 2 into the second one, and then you just decide what signs you need. So because we're doing plus 5 plus 2, we put those signs in there, and there are two factors. That's your whole answer. The only way then to check if you're right is the same as the other ones before, you just multiply it out. So if I multiply out this, x times x is x squared, 5 times x is 5x, x times 2 is 2x, and 5 times 2 is 10. So then you're left with x squared plus 7x plus 10, so we know we're right. Okay, so that's everything really for factorizing. There's loads more practice questions in your book, but this video anyway should give you a how-to on how to do them. And obviously if you're stuck on any of them, just shoot me an email and I'll try and help you with them. So next in we will do the simultaneous equations. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one. So we've done these before, so it's kind of revision. So what I'll do is I'll go through one and then I'll leave one for you to try. So I'm going to say 3x plus y equals 5, 5x minus 4y equals minus 3, and we want to find out what x and y are. Okay, so we have to pick what letter we want to get rid of first. So let's say we're going to get rid of the y's. So that means we need to multiply the top equation by 4. So if I do that, I'm going to have 12x plus 4y equals 20. So that's that equation there. And then I still have 5x minus 4y equals minus 3. So 4x minus 4y, they're going to cancel, so we can cross them out. 12x plus 5x is going to give us 17x. 20 minus 3 is going to give us 17. So if we bring the 17 over, x equals 17 over 17, which just equals 1. So x equals 1. So then what we need to do is find out what y is. So we bring it back up and substitute it in to the top one here, we'll say. 5 times 1 minus 4y equals minus 3. 5 minus 4y equals minus 3. Minus 4y equals minus 8. Y equals minus 8 all over minus 4. Therefore, y equals 2. Okay, if you put that into your calculator, you'll get 2. And then that's your whole answer for that one. X is 1, y is 2. Okay, so we'll try one more. Well, I'll give you one more to try yourself. So if I say x minus 3y equals 1, 4x plus y equals 30. So I'll leave you try that one yourself. You can pause the video, and then when you unpause it, we'll go through the answer. Okay, so you can either multiply the top by 4 or multiply the bottom by 3. If you multiply the top by 4, you'll be getting rid of x's. If you multiply the bottom by 3, you'll be getting rid of the y's. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you got rid of the y's for the moment. So you multiply the bottom by 3. This won't make a difference to your answer if you did the by 4 one. You should still get the same answers at the end. So we have x minus 3y equals 1. And then we have 12x plus 3y equals 90. So minus 3y plus 3y, they cancel. X and 12x is 13x. 1 and 90 is 91. So then we're left with x equals 91 all over 13. If you put that into your calculator, then you're going to get an answer of x equals 7. So then if we sub that into the top equation, we'll say, that gives us 7 minus 3y equals 1. Bring that 7 across, minus 3y equals 1 takes 7, minus 3y equals minus 6, y equals minus 6 all over minus 3. If you put that into your calculator, you'll get y equals 2. So your final answer for that is x equals 7, y equals 2. Okay, so that's simultaneous equations and factorizing. Okay, let me know if you have anything else that you need help with, and best of luck for your exams.